We're going to be starting here in just a minute, guys. I want to give everybody an opportunity to come in. Let me rock this out. We'll be back here in a minute. What is up, guys? TK here with the Everything 100 pre-show. We're going to be doing the podcast tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm just getting some gear set up. And I figured I would come in. We could chop it up, talk a little bit, and get into a few things that you've heard me talking about over the day. So, hey, I see everybody getting in here. So we're going to give everybody a couple minutes to come in, and then we're going to get started. I see Big Dog is in here. Big Dog, I got to hit you up after the stream. If you want to come on the stream later this evening when I'm talking about all of the swapper issues, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm going to be using the same Hangouts format, so I could drop you a link. You can come in. It's not going to be mainly video based. It's going to be like we are here, pretty much audio based while we're live on YouTube. So, yeah, see, we're good up. So, anyways, a couple quick questions because I got a headset on with a mic hanging in front of my face. How does this sound? Let me actually just open up the. I know you're going to hear the feedback, but. Oh, okay, sounds good. That's what's up. Mikey Tech Reviews, it's all good. You ain't got to worry about it. I find it hilarious. You know, I'm on Twitter now, and like the same. They're like, oh, well, you wouldn't answer the question, and then they want to email. Like they're emailing my damn PayPal address. Like I don't monitor. I don't publicly put an email out on Twitter so I can have a billion people email me. That's my PayPal email address. That's where all my spam goes. That's where all the trash goes. So like if they like being in the trash can, then Swapper can like hang out in the trash can. That's on them. But nah, man. It said buffered for a second, but now it sounds good. Yeah, I got all the professional audio stuff set together because I have some really big news, and I mean really, really big news coming. But it also means changes to the podcast, a little bit of a change towards the format. Not like it's going to be pretty much the same as what we do now. It just means that there's going to be some things that are going to happen. Like we're going to have other guests on. I'm going to be in a. We're not going to be hanging out in the office at an Airbnb. I'm going to be in a dedicated. I don't even want to call it a studio. It's basically an office that we're turning into that. But there's a big opportunity for you guys that do YouTube. If you don't podcast already, you probably want to look at it. The money that's available on that platform or that's out there right now is huge. So if you happen to do YouTube, it might be something you want to look at. But yeah, the audio is good. That's what's up. So, the Swapper thing is kind of ridiculous because, I was talking about this yesterday and the issue that we got into, and I think Big Dog and other people were there from the beginning of the issue. The issue that we had specifically dealt with a seller that had an iPhone 8 or 8 Plus that had a crackback and buyer that was trying to return it and like filed a BS claim on PayPal. And I was like, wow, the fact that they can even do that is some BS. And it's like, and I wasn't coming at it from a malicious angle, but evidently Swapper thinks they're being attacked. Alan, other people in the chat can probably clear that up for them. That they'll know when they're getting attacked. They ain't been attacked yet. They ain't been attacked yet. But that's why I finally had it. And I'm not going to let somebody keep tweeting at me like, oh, before these attacks started, I didn't attack you yet. And I'm not going to let that tweet lie where you're saying somebody's attacking you. I'm not doing that because see what they do is, let me explain, Yeah, Alan's laughing in the chat, but he knows. Let's explain bitch assness for a minute. Now, I'm not saying, now I know someone's going to take this out of context and say I'm calling Swappa a bitch ass. I'm not. I'm just explaining bitch assness. Now, if the shoe fits, if the Jordans fit, lace them up real tight and wear them joints. But the issue I got right now is some real bitch assness going on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, what they'll do is they'll say you're attacking them, and then they'll go run to Twitter and cry, and that's what we call bitch assness. Now they'll go to Twitter and go file claims on you, and then your Twitter feed your Twitter gets suspended because you're being a bully or you're being a whatever. I'm just a small YouTuber, man, minding my business, asking a question, and you're a big corporation that gets all this money. Which somebody else made a really good point. Shout out to my 35, my dude down there in Orlando. If you're in Orlando, I'm sure you know who at Fox 35 is. But um, but big shout out, um, big shout out to my 30. I got to look at his exact username, but he literally just tweeted it, and I retweeted him because, and I've met him before. Like when I was down in Florida, like I think he even bought some phones from me before, either from the store I had down there or maybe just in person. But like he put Swappa on blast to be like, yeah, you advertise that there's no seller's fees, but then you take a percentage. That used to be $10 or something like that. Now, depending on how much the phone is, it could be 15, it could be $20. It's kind of getting to the point where it's like, that's kind of false advertising. And I basically said, look, contact the FTC because that is a no-no. I don't know if Swappa just hasn't updated all the stuff on their website or their advertising, but it might be something they want to address because if we're keeping it real, I mean, let's keep it all the way real. If you're saying that you're advertising one thing, that you're doing something and there's no fees, but then you charge somebody a fees, then you're charging somebody fees on their sales, that's illegal. So good. Big shout out to my dude down there at Fox 35 in Orlando that spotted that and hit me up with it. I was like, yo, big, massively big shout out. See, what Swappa doesn't understand either, though, is that there's a lot of these people in the press that I rock with and that are starting to get interest on this. And instead of them addressing the root cause of the issue, and the root cause of the issue is stop the bitch assness, man. Stop worrying about, X, Y, and Z and just fix the issues with your sellers. Like they keep tweeting at me over other people's stuff. If I was those individual sellers, whether it's the person with the cracked iPhone or the other one that they snitched on themselves for, the blacklisted iPhone, we weren't talking about a blacklisted iPhone. They jumped out the window butt naked with that one. So, I mean, it is what it is. They kind of put themselves on blast, but they're also putting their sellers' issues and informations on blast, which, by the way, I think is a violation of PayPal's policies. Like PayPal could probably come back and slap the shit out of Swappa for their attitude and for what they're doing online. Like you can't be out here talking about you can't be out here talking about people's personal information and personal sales. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Tech Review says, what about the Mate 30 Pro leak? Yeah, I want to talk about that too. We'll get into that here in a minute. I just wanted to touch on what I was going to talk on with the Swappa thing. So a big shout out to, like I said, Big Dog, you're welcome to come through when we stream later this evening to talk about your issue, because Big Dog has one of the typical issues where you buy something and then you try to relist it from Swappa and then he got burned, but then the seller before him didn't get burned. That's kind of some bitch assness right there. And I guess the biggest thing for me with Swappa is, dude, look, everybody else has a set time that you can return some shit. Okay. It's like if you're selling something, like okay, it would be like if I went down to whatever the Capital Ford, I went down to the Ford dealership and said, you know what, let me get this Raptor. I'm gonna drive this shit for 30 days, put 5,000 miles on it, and then I'm gonna bring it back because I don't like it, or I'm gonna make up some BS excuse so I can get my money back. Hell no, nobody's doing that. That's not how business works. You can't sell something to somebody and then somebody comes up with some Mickey Mouse ass excuse. Now, let's address the one that they keep bringing up on Twitter. They're talking about a device that was sold that ended up being blacklisted. 90 days later. I think that's what they said. Maybe they said it was 100 days. I'm not sure. But let's address that. So this is for you guys that may not know a lot about the wireless business. Okay. When financing for phones and contracts went out and everybody was financing phones, it really changed the landscape of the business. Okay. You had other companies come in like Assurant. I forget what the other company was, but you had these insurance companies come in and offer insurance for your phone. That $14 or $10 or $9 you pay a month is for insurance on your wireless devices. Okay. Now, the thing that's crazy is they were taking massive L's because here's what people were doing. People were selling their phones on eBay and then we'll talk about that in a minute, Mikey. That's crazy. We need to address that too then. And then we should address that with Swappa. But people were selling their phones on eBay and then filing a bullshit insurance claim and then getting their phones replaced. And then the other phones, somebody's already rocking the other phones out on another network. And people were doing it. Insurance companies basically were getting burned. So in 2015, the insurance companies said, yo, man, bump all this. We're not going to continue to do this. We need to switch this up. So what these companies did was they ended up working with all four of the major wireless carriers. So that's AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile. And here's what they did. Basically, you can't report a phone lost or stolen unless it's been on your network in the last 30 days. Now, some networks know that you switch phones and people use other phones. I know I do it myself. But here's the news flash. This ought to be a big red flag for Swappa, and it's basically how you can find out if somebody's trying to basically do chargeback fraud or screw you over. So I'm assuming, and I don't know all of the details on the issue that they're bringing up. I don't know all of the issues. I'm assuming that the other seller that's reached out to me is the other seller that they're talking about with this blacklisted phone issue. But a device so they're saying their buyer claimed that their phone was blacklisted after however many days, let's say 3-4 months. Okay. And that it had to be the seller that did it. Or then they backtracked, I guess, and said it wasn't, or whatever the issue was. It doesn't matter. The only person that was going to be able to blacklist a phone had to have their hands on that phone in the last 30 days or have the IMEI to be able to put it on their account. But see, insurance companies got hip to that too. You couldn't just take your IMEI and add it back onto your account. They'd have to see that it actually connected via the SIM card or via one of the CDMA networks on Sprint or Verizon. It would actually actively be on the network for a certain amount of time within that 30 days in order for you to be able to report it lost or stolen. Now, a lot of people don't know that, but that is a fact. So that was one of the big things I wanted to bring up on the podcast, and I wanted to bring on somebody from Assurant so that they could explain that same issue. So that's a big thing. So when Swappa comes out, now again, I don't know the full issue of that specific device. They jumped out the window butt naked. I didn't bring that up. They exposed their own seller's information. That ain't on me. Okay. But now, so here's the thing. Mikey brings up a thing about financed phones. Now, supposedly Swappa doesn't allow you to sell financed phones, but it happens all the friggin' time. They have no way to verify AT&T, no way to verify Sprint, no way to verify. I guess you could go to Ting and do an IMEI search and see if a device is financed. The only carrier I know that they actually check is T-Mobile. So somebody could sell you, a Pixel 3 XL from Verizon on Swappa, and 6 months from now, if you're using it on Verizon and it's not paid, they could block it. But you're not going to hear Swappa back themselves up. They're not going to take the liability for that L, are they? No. This is just a couple things. It's just like all I'm asking is Swappa needs to get a dedicated set term of return. Don't have this open Mickey Mouse broad, I don't give a fuck type of fucking return policy. Nobody wants that. You need to have a return policy that people can actively be like, okay, I know it's this. I know I'm protected as a buyer or a seller for this. And that's it. Just like every other major commerce website, they have a specific terms of service. Swappa don't have one. Swappa's just like, fuck it. It's 4.5 months ago. Or fuck it, it's 5 months ago. This customer is having, their earpiece went out. The fuck? The dude's had the phone for 5 months. Now he can return the phone because his earpiece went bad. I mean, what? Are you serious? This is bad business all the way around. Yeah, Ed talks. I see you in the chat. Yeah, the people cell phones that are financed and they keep paying on them. I get it. And Karma's a bitch. And that was the thing, man. I guess maybe I took it a little wrong from them because they kept coming at me like, "Oh, stop attacking us," or "You're attacking us." Look, nobody's attacking you yet. To be clear, nobody's attacking you yet, but you could get attacked. I mean, Alan and other people in the chat can let them know, like, you could get, you could get attacked. You could get checked rather heavily at CES this year. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody wearing one of your t-shirts. But that's not what we want to do. We're trying to mind our business and we're asking relevant questions. The relevant question is, what is your exact term of service? Like how long are you going to actually, and it's just, it pisses, I guess it pisses me off more because they're basically saying, buyers can go eat a dick. The thing that they make money off of, I mean, they're telling buyers, well, I can say buyers and sellers, right? They're basically telling buyers and sellers to go eat a dick. That's what they're doing. There's no dedicated term of service. There's no, like, and Swappa tries to make it seem like their platform is so safe. We're safer than eBay, where you can still get screwed both as a buyer and a seller on Swappa. I think Swappa thinks I'm coming at them on a F buyers, I'm only pro seller type of thing. No, the people that I want to have on the podcast tonight are buyers that have got burned and sellers that have got burned to basically show that that platform ain't no safer than eBay, Amazon, or anything else. That platform has so many holes and so many security risks. It's not funny. For the most part, is it a good platform? Yeah, I've bought phones off of Swappa. I've sold phones on Swappa. But like when you start to see these issues, and I saw these issues over what, 2 years ago? Was it two? Is it that far ago? I don't know. Whenever the Note 5 was out. Like when I sold my Note 5, you know what I'm saying? When I sold my Note 5 and I saw all the, BS that was going on back then, I was like, I'm done. I'm not putting myself at risk. Sell somebody my shit and then they're gonna say they didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Now I could have done signature confirmation, and this is before people figured out like, okay, let's do videos of our packaging and all this other crap. You know what I'm saying? Handing it to the postal person so you're covered. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like have a dedicated term. Be honest, be open. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Ed. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people, that's the difference though, right? So this is how, and again, I'm making a lot of assumptions because I don't know the entire issue. Now, I'm working on trying to get this person on for this evening. That I'm going to assume that because the story I was told from this person is very similar to what Swappa is claiming on their end. So we'll bring this person on and see, what the deal is. All right, but here's the deal. Here's the issue. The issue is on that issue. Big John, I see you. The Note 5 came out in 2015. So yeah, that might have, I think that was like the last time I dealt with them directly. So here's the thing. Uh-oh. I heard something moving here and I was like, what? All right, so here's the thing. Look, I just want a dedicated terms of service. Tech King Mike, I see you. I want a dedicated term of service. All right. I want to know how long is a seller backed up, how long is a buyer backed up, and stick to it. Don't change it. Don't Mickey Mouse around it. Now, in both cases that we brought up on Twitter, guess what? PayPal backed the sellers in both instances. In the instant with the person with the cracked iPhone, and in the instance, I'm guessing if this is the same person with the blacklisted phone as the blacklisted phone. Now, why would PayPal do that? Why would PayPal do that? I mean, let's keep it real. If 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 either of these sellers, the seller that sold the perfectly good iPhone 8 and the person that sold the other phone that Swap is claiming is blacklisted, if PayPal backed both sellers, which is rare as shit, usually PayPal will stick it to a seller. Why do you think that is? Either the buyer is on some fuck shit and is doing a bunch of BS and this is nothing new, or there was enough information that was provided to them that showed, this is BS on the other side. So it is what it is. Big John, I see you. Big shout out to Big John Tech Reviews for the super chat. I see you 100%. I salute that. So this evening, when we do the podcast at 10:10 tonight, we're gonna. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're like 6 months. I'm like, now I know PayPal. Now here's the thing, though, Ed. PayPal backs your purchases for 6 months. I believe that's an actual thing. But I don't know what Swappa's terms of service is. I've been all over their website. I can't find how long they're protected or what's what. That's like saying, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. And it's not this thing. And I know they're going to say I'm taking things out of context, but that would literally be like you sell somebody, like if I sold my OnePlus 7 Pro on their platform right now, right? Let's say I sold it, right? And friggin' 8 months from now, they're like, yo, my USB port's not working. I want to return this shit. Are you kidding me? And yeah, I thought PayPal was 3 months too, unless they changed it. But they might, I think, depending on the dollar amount, I think it depends on if it's a big purchase. I only know this because of eBay Auto. So, like, if you buy a car, you could be protected against like VIN fraud and all kinds of other stuff for 6 months. But hey, Spectacular Gadgets is in the building. I said, Spectacular Gadgets got in on the Twitter the other day. I was like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not just here. I'm not trying to destroy Swappa. All right. Everyday Tech, I see you. Nobody's here trying to destroy Swappa. All right. We just want them to be clear and transparent about their policies, procedures, and how they try to ensure that neither side gets effed over. Right. Not them worrying about, oh man, PayPal took back my $15, man. Or PayPal took my $10. Like, Swappa, man, grow the fuck up, man. And stop saying when people ask you a relevant question on Twitter, stop saying people are attacking you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Big John. Oh, listen, hey, Tech King Mike. They don't understand how quick they could get canceled. But what they also don't understand is they out here, they out here jumping out here talking about somebody's threatening them or somebody's attacking before you started your frivolous attack against us on Twitter. Like they sound like the little. Who's seen Revenge of the Nerds? Yeah, I remember. Like, and I'm a nerd, man. I like nerds, man. I'm not hating on nerds. I'm just saying, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Think of the typical dude with the friggin' pocket protector, the pens sticking out of the pocket, the tape around the glasses. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there in front of a keyboard in his dununts. And if you don't know what dununts is, he's sitting there in his dirty, tidy whities. And yo, Tech Level Mama says, booger, yo. Yeah, they sitting there in they friggin' dununts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Goonies? No, I didn't say. I wasn't talking. No, I'm not trying to see. If I said Goonies, then that would mean I'd be picking on them for how they look. I'm not saying they look like the dude that's talking about, hey, you guys. I ain't talking about that now. I'm not. See, you're gonna get me in trouble. They're gonna say I'm picking on them, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But when exactly, Tech King Mike says, don't at me. Like if I ask you a question and then you don't want to address it, and then you want to come to me with some extra curricular bullshit. Oh, I'm here for the shits. Like, I'm a much nicer guy than I was a few years ago. But don't get it twisted. If I feel like you're disrespecting me or you coming at me the wrong way, I'm still with them. I'm still with the shits. You can catch an L. I can ether you online and then I can ether you in person in front of all your friends. So I don't care. That's all I'm saying. Just don't do that to yourself. That's all I'm saying. And when they came in with this, it just reminded me of like the dude in his dunts sitting in front of a keyboard talking about. I was just like, look at these trolls. You know, they don't want to answer. And then, you know, look, I'm not about Twitter fingers. I don't want to, you know, I'm not out here gonna talk shit back and forth on Twitter all day. That's not my vibe. All right. So I finally said, you know what? Jump your ass on the podcast tonight. I'll save a spot for you. I don't have to have a bunch of people attacking them. I'll go one-on-one with them first. We can address whatever they want. Then they're like, oh, we sent you an email. Oh, you sent me an email? I had to screenshot my email, which also puts out personal business I didn't even want to deal with. I paid somebody's visible wireless bill today on GP because they had issues. And if I recommend a service and you get burned by said service, I'm that type of dude. Okay. Um, Meet me out front. You want me to hit him like Zab Judah? I need you outside for 5 minutes. I'm trying not to do that though, man. Like I was so proud of myself last year at CES. I didn't have to choke nobody out, man. I was like, this is great. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Godfather movie where I'm like, every time I think I'm out, they pull me right back in. Yo, but I was laughing because I tweet at them directly. Bink bink. Oh, yo, Mike, they have no idea. Yo, yeah. Look at Ed talking. He's like, I will be there tonight. Yo, Tech King Mike, you gotta holler at my dude Phone Tech at work. You know, and some of the other people that have seen me put that work in. I'm not, you know, like some people will say, oh, well, you're proud of that. I'm not really proud of some of that behavior. You know what I'm saying? But some of that behavior, for some of the bitch assness that we had over at CES. Oh yeah, I was proud to make certain owners of websites bow down physically. Oh, 100%. I'll never backtrack from that. I'm so, you know, like, can we hang out with you? Oh, okay. Now you want to. It's like, oh, now you want to hang with the cool kids, right? Uh, Yo, are you talking about last year? Yo, my man Tech Right was like Ghostface reincarnated last year. Yo, they was trying to keep you boy out of the TCL party. They had like they had the white list. Why is the bad list have to be called the black list? Does anybody think about that? I know people are gonna say, "Oh, we're going left," but think about it. Why do we have to call it the white list? Means you can get in, but if you on the black list, you can't get in. What's up with that? Yeah, last year, see, yo, Tech King Mike, see, facts. That's what I want to know. Why can't the blacklist be the positive? Can we? You know what? We're gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to start calling the people that we bring in on the podcast. We got the people on the blacklist today, and that's it. Yeah, Tech King Mike says, "Nah, let's talk about it." Yo, but that's. I mean, it's big facts though. Why? Why we got to do that? You know what I'm saying? So I was on the blacklist, but big shout out to my dude Tech Right because my name was Abdul for about 5 minutes. And I was literally, because he was like, you speak Arabic? I was like, yeah. So the lady was like, you're Abdul such and such. I got the jersey on. Shit says TK on it, the whole nine. And he got the fur coat on. Like we look like we came straight out of a Wu-Tang video. Yo. And went straight off in there. I was like, yeah, salam alaikum. I was going straight in. Yeah, we was golfing at the what was it? Top Golf. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, Javon. At least that's a thing, right? There is the black card, right? The black card is the best credit card you can get on basically Visa or Amex. So, yeah, that's a good point. But then again, though, if we really think about it, why does the Cash App have to be a black card? Why do they have to give the food stamp debit card? Why has it got to be black? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, who started? Well, somebody racist started that. We already know that. Now that the stream has gone all the way left, and Cash App might sue me for insinuating racism. Yo, like I said, I don't want to get back to that. look at Mike. Let's talk about it. Mike, if you're, I know you might be driving tonight. If you're available this evening, I definitely want to bring you on. And I definitely going to bring on some other people that have had swap issues because I want to talk about a lot of different stuff tonight on the podcast. Are you with it? That's what's up. So we're going to go live at 10:10 Eastern time tonight, and we're going to try to address a lot of the issues. Now, I do want to talk about that Huawei Mate 30 Pro. If you haven't seen that video yet here on the channel, look, Apple is swinging from Huawei's nuts. We know this is a fact. Okay. Google is swinging from Huawei's nuts. We know that's a fact. All right. Both of these lame ass companies are copying the camera module from the Huawei Mate series from last year. Let's keep it real. So Huawei said, you know what? We're going to switch it up. Huawei said, we're going to put a giant circle on the back with 100 times zoom on the Mate 30 Pro. Now, the P30 Pro got 50 times zoom. And for all you pervs, I'm not recommending that you do anything inappropriate with that camera come sundress season. Look, I'm already getting side-eyed from Gadget God. I didn't even finish saying what I was going to say, and I got side-eye from Gadget Goddess already. What I'm saying is, don't do anything inappropriate with that 100 times zoom. TechRite got thrown out of the live event. Word? I didn't know that. I wasn't there though for that. I got there a little late. She said, not for those reasons, perv. Yo. You putting it, yo, Mike, you married, right? Chill, man. yo. Damn. And now she get me with the perv. Which brings me to another thing. We're going to continue to talk about the Mate 30, but fellas, I was given such a massive wake up call today. Look, if you have to be careful. Oh, she's in on it too? Oh, wow. You got you a real one. All right. You over here on some adult friend finder shit, huh? All right. Yo. Yo. All right. I see you out here winning. I'm done. Oh, man, I'm sweating. Being a good type of perv. Yeah, I remember Magic Tech Review was having issues getting into CES. I was like, yo, I'll put you on. I'll put you on the roster. I'll put him on under me. And next thing I know, he was in under some vendor or something. I'm like, all right, whatever. So. yo, Ed in the chat. Yo, look at, shout out to Tech Boner. Tech Boner is here. It's official. The Mate 30 Creep Squad. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Oh, it's about to be real. Oh, man. I am done. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying on some self-roasting shit. Be careful what you like on Twitter, fellas. Be careful what you like on Twitter. Be careful what you like on the gram. You might be innocently flying through tweets. Like if I see Tech King Mike or Tech Loving Mama or whatever, like sometimes I don't even read the tweet. I just like the tweet. You know what I'm saying? It's all about just cross promoting and pushing people, right? So I just be liking shit from people in my feed, right? Man, I got something that comes through the feed. I think it was right under Tech King Mike, right? I like the photo. I guess somebody that reaches out to me today and they was like, yo, I saw you liked old girl's photo. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking. Like, I didn't know what it was, right? Come to find out that the whatever it was, the tweet that I liked or the photo with the tweet, whatever that I like, the chick is like 11th grade. I was like, what? I was like, oh shit. So public service announcement, fellas. Look, man, you got to be careful what you like on. You got to be careful what you like on Twitter. You got to be careful what you like on the gram. You don't know what you're looking at. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say with it. Javon says, leave the Twitter and Instagram thoughts alone. Oh, well, hopefully the audio sounds good. It better sound good for this setup. Because this is going to be the setup. I haven't screwed anything down because all of this stuff has to go into the new office for the podcast. And I'll be announcing tonight like what I'm doing, but basically you're going to be able to hear me on terrestrial radio. Now I know some people are going to go like, what the hell is terrestrial radio? It's old school radio. You know what I'm saying? Spectacular Gadgets, that's what's up. Tech Lover Mama says audio sounds good. That's what's up. So, and this setup allows me to use it. I also have the same setup in a smaller version that I can use mobile too. But basically, you guys are going to be able to hear me on terrestrial radio. If you happen to be in Virginia, North Carolina, and some parts of South Carolina, you might be able to pick it up on audio. There is a station called AM 680. Now, Ed Talks One's probably going to know what that is. But they're now, granted, that when I said there's going to be some changes to the podcast, there's going to be a version of the podcast that is available for like YouTube and like wherever podcasts are sold, wherever podcasts are heard. And there's going to be a version like I'm going to do. Will a radio app get it? Yeah. Tech Lover Mama. Actually, you can get it on the iHeart Radio app. You can actually listen into it. He's, Ed Talks that I don't hit the like button. I put it in the save file. Oh, that's foul. Yo. Will a radio app get it? Will like Next Radio, Tech Lover Mama? I don't know about Next Radio. I know iHeart Radio has it because they're an iHeart Radio station. That's how this kind of happened. But like I said, for those that have been hounding me for the longest time about being completely clean and not swearing at all when I'm on the air and stuff like that, obviously I'm not going to be able to drop any colorful language on terrestrial radio. So it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of excited about it. So stay tuned for it. I'm going to drop the particulars and stuff like that. But basically, there's a couple of shows that you're going to be able to hear. And it is on Sundays. And it does follow. I don't want to say the wrong slot. But anyways, we'll talk about it this evening because I'll bring all the paperwork stuff that I got to be considered for it and what I was doing to get it done. But I actually owe a lot of that. I actually owe the local part of that to a friend of mine that has been, I don't even want to say friend because that's kind of disrespectful. Not to say that someone's a friend is disrespectful. Saying like I know him like that. I don't. He has done a lot of stuff for me in the studio on the music side. So for you guys that have heard me like singing and all that stuff on the gram and doing like the music stuff, and for this, some of you guys have heard me in the studio. He's the guy who's like fine tuning stuff and putting the music and stuff in the studio when I'm doing what I'm doing. And that was like his secondary job. He's an engineer at that place, at that station, and they had a couple slots open up, and you have a lot of terrestrial radio markets right now are literally signing deals to get podcasts and put podcasts on the air. There's another one in this market called 106.1. And now after 6:00 at night, everything you hear on the radio is a podcast from somewhere. So it's, and I don't know if it's the same communications that is the company that owns both of those stations. I don't know. But I am definitely looking forward to, sharing that stuff with you guys and giving you guys a tour of the office. Now, the crazy part is for me, for where I found my place where I'm going to work, because I'm working on something to do something in Charlotte as well. So I had to find a place that was kind of in the middle. Oh, that's what's up. All right, Ed. Um, and I had to find a place in the middle, so I end up finding uh this office space that we could turn into a quasi mini studio slash radio spot in Greensboro. So Greensboro is kind of like in the middle here in North Carolina. So I'm kind of excited about it. So Clear Channel owns them. They might. I don't know. I know it's a private company, and then it's a smaller company, I think, and then there's a bigger company that owns that. So yeah. Yo, Tech King Mike, that's what you need. Listen, and all I can tell you is this: the only reason why I agreed to do any of it is because, like, I don't need a job. I'm not hurting financially, obviously. So but it's kind of like fun, right? YouTube is starting to get played out. It really is, right? And I'm not hating on the platform that I enjoy. This is a hobby for me, okay? But YouTube as a platform itself is literally it's starting to get played out. And when you get to a spot like this where YouTube is starting to become like look at now, they're getting rid of Hangouts, right? Hangouts on air is going away August 1st for quick streaming, try blah blah blah, right? So now they want you to do webcam streaming, but webcam streaming doesn't allow you to bring other people on. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the part that made going live on YouTube and having panels and talking about stuff is going away. And Google is regularly killing things that people enjoy and use. And I look, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I didn't think YouTube would go anywhere. Um, you know, yeah, Fayetteville's not far. Um, I didn't think that YouTube would go away as a platform, but I mean, so also let me be clear. I don't think YouTube is just going to disappear. They're not going anywhere. Let's be clear about that. Okay. Yeah, it's what it is. YouTube is becoming too much corporate. They're more focused on people like Will Smith and The Rock than the people that built the platform. Okay. The people that have been on here for 10 plus years, so it is what it is. Um, Google is killing Google Play Music. I didn't even know they were doing that. That's something else that I use. Wow. Oh, they're attempting to kill it. That's crazy. Yeah, podcast is making a big comeback also because terrestrial radio is dying, right? So now podcasts are getting played on terrestrial radio and people are tuning in. Now I don't want to give this dude all of the credit, but glad you got out when you did, right? Yeah, so here's the thing. Um No, I don't have a camera plugged in, LeBaron. I'm literally I was just testing out my audio setup. Yeah, I was just testing out the yeah, I wasn't doing video. It was just audio setup. Because it's Sunday. I figured you guys were doing other stuff like folding laundry and doing domestic things. So I was like, let me pop out the audio version. Now tonight there might be video. If people decide they want to get on video, they're welcome to. They don't have to because we're going to literally be pulling this for the audio version of the podcast. So like if they want to come on video wise, they're welcome to do so, but not required to do so. So we'll see how that goes. But anywho's YouTube music sucks. Yeah. Look at that. Tech Level Mama said, you're folding laundry. Yeah. And I'm sure Jay is still putting laundry in the dryer. I'm sure Jay Will is still putting laundry in the dryer. You know, you know, you got people painting their toes. I know. Look, I get it. Everybody ain't got to be watching. And look, everybody ain't trying to see my mug on camera all day. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. I'm up here in the attic. It's hot as balls. But I needed to get it. This is the room where I put the foam and stuff in. And I was like, let me try to do this. Let me try to do this audio thing real quick, see how this works. And I'm literally up here. I don't even think I can open the camera on this. But if you saw how sweaty I was, y'all be like, damn, TK looked like he just ran a marathon. Yeah, they do because that's where they make their money, and I get it. I'm not like, look, it's a business. That's fine, but business evolves. So this is why I'm also like, they're not going to be around. Like there's going to be competition. There's somebody there. There will be another platform that pops up and gives YouTube competition. Like there's other little things that have popped up like TikTok, but that's not really like a there's not a long form format video platform out there right now today that is competing with YouTube. If Instagram opened up their video platform, and I'm not talking about Instagram TV because that's trash, but if they opened up their platform where people could shoot, edit, and upload a 10-minute video, right? Or less, and could get ads on it, could be paid as a creator, YouTube would be in trouble. And Instagram could do it. Facebook is doing it now. In case you didn't know, and you haven't signed up to be a Facebook creator and you make money on YouTube, you might want to sign up and be a Facebook creator because Facebook's paying a lot more money in impressions than Google is right now. But it's all could be mute because the government might break both of them son of a bitches up here and they'll be gone anyway. Yeah, I know the notifications on YouTube are broken. I know when I go live, sometimes people don't come in until I've already been on for like 15 minutes. So it is what it is. But anyways, guys, I wanted to test this out with you guys today. I wanted to address a couple of things. Yeah, it may say Facebook, LeBaron. You are right. They're even getting into a place. So this is on the Facebook creators thing. They're even going to put out a thing where you can post your podcast on Facebook too. So like natively, not like a SoundCloud link, but natively. So that'll be cool. Wow, excuse me. So, anyways, we're going to be going live tonight at 10:10. So about 3 hours from now, we will be going live with the Everything 100 podcast. I hope that I get to see you guys there. If you decide that you want to come on, if you have a Swappa horror story and you want to come on the air, and if not, if you just want to post your story in the chat, I'll read it on the air. It's not a problem. Um, but we're gonna address these issues this evening. I've laid it out. You guys can also go tweet at Swappa if you want. If you really want to make them get in their feelings, you could tweet at them and say, "Hey, are you guys coming on the podcast this evening?" I've made the offer, or you could retweet the tweet that I put out there saying, "I've made the offer." Because what I don't want to happen is, I don't want them to say, "This is BS. You didn't give us a chance to speak up on our own behalf." When I've clearly gave them the option to come onto the platform, and I know I get it. They might be sitting there in their dununts. They might be sitting there in their thong, whatever it is that they're wearing, in their mother's basement. I get it. Look, I get it, man. It's cool. You don't have to turn your video camera on, but you can still come on audio and address it. But like I said, I'm willing to bet it's not going to happen. They're not going to show up. And then I'm making it clear now because I want to make it very clear. There ain't going to be any of this. Oh, well, we didn't have a chance to say our side. Bullshit. I made you offers from this morning to get your ass on the air. So if you don't get on the air tonight and you don't want to address it, when I lamb blast that ass and all these other people come in here and tell their stories, and you say that I'm only pushing the podcast a certain way and making it look negative towards you, Swappa, I don't want to hear any bitching, crying, and complaining. And like I said, if you don't like what I'm saying or you feel I'm being disrespectful, pull up. That's it. I'm sure I'm hoping I'm breathing come January. If I'm breathing come January and I go to CES, pull up. We can discuss it like men. I have no problem with that. That said, I'm looking forward to see you guys this evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about Swappa. We're going to talk a lot more about the Huawei thing, and we're going to have some special guests on. And who knows where the podcast is going to go. So till that time, till tonight, I will catch you guys. I will catch you guys this evening with this crispy ass audio. Can you hear them cicadas? I hear them. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.